Yeah, so permissionless listings is something also we're going to be pushing out in 2022, which is basically anybody will be able to go and add any token they'd like. But yeah, basically the whole permissionless listing is that you can add any asset that the community wants and trade it. So you can imagine maybe the latest Elon Musk crypto coin comes out, Elon's boogers or something. I've seen some crazy and people want to leverage it, trade it. So they could just add it to OOKI and go ahead. Nobody needs any permissions. So it's permissionless, and they can go crazy with it.
What's going on, guys? Today we bring you the project members for OOKI, since you love the video so much. And so today let's get down and dirty because these guys are doing everything right, and let's find out what they're going to do next. What's going on, guys? So we've got OOKI over here. We're going to call this person OOKI, and super excited to have you here. Now let's hear you talk. Does this thing work?
Yeah,
texting is this working?
Yeah,
it's working.
I'm just a member of the OOKI DAO, so I'm kind of the front-facing person for the time being. So I come to you today as an OOKI, Mr. Handel.
Can I just ask you then, why today you're appearing in this way?
Well, at the end of the day, when BZX transitioned from BZX to OOKI, it became fully a DAO. So we don't want people to think as the DAO as something that's some kind of overarching entity that like controls everything, because at the end of the day it isn't that. OOKI is for everybody, and we want people to get involved. So at the end of the day, if you're a developer, you're a marketing person, whoever you are, from whatever background you may come from, come ahead to the OOKI forums, post your CV, post your best take, and maybe you can find yourself working for the DAO as well. So a lot of the times people are used to a bit of a more traditional team format where they just ask the team to do X, Z, and Y. But at the OOKI DAO, we want people to actually get involved. And that's what we always say. Like, be the change you want to see. So
exactly.
That's why we don't want people to think of the OOKI DAO as one or two people. It's really for the community. It was made for the community, and we want to keep it that way. So I'm super happy to be a member of the community as well, because there's always discussion going on. And I think that's something that not many projects end up building, even after a lot of time. So, seeing constructive comments, creativity, and just people caring generally about, the OOKI community, the OOKI army, whatever you want to call us, really happy. So, that's just a small part of the reason.
Amazing. I mean, look, and just watching this ball of smiley happiness talk with so much energy, like it's kind of captivating within its own right. So I think it's actually very, very interesting. I've actually never done an AMA like in this way. I can second what you're sharing as well. I met the community. I met the jumping up and down. I met the people and the people that are like organizing the project, and seriously, I'm very, very impressed with the amount of technicality and skill that you guys bring to the table. Now, tell us, we were trying to do this about a couple of days ago, but you were really, really busy. What's actually been happening from the OOKI team?
Just as the exchanges have been doing the token migration from BZRX to OOKI, there's been a lot of coordination that we had to do in terms of getting all the details right for the technical side of the migration with the contract. So everybody's been asking us questions for that. We have to get them the proper logos. We got to get the right descriptions. A couple people get, just with a lot of these like CoinGeckos, CoinMarketCaps, you got to make sure all the information is right with EtherScan. And some people like sometimes put the wrong logo. They put the name wrong, and you got to go and correct them, and you got to ping them a bunch of times. Or people are asking what's the proper converter contract, so you got to get them that, and it just ends up being a bit of a 24/7 thing. So there's a lot going on that side. And then, we've been doing a lot of like kind of marketing efforts that need a lot of coordination too, cross-posting with everybody else. So just a bit of that here and there. So, it's nothing personal, obviously, but at the end of the day, everybody who works for the DAO loves their work. That's why they put in all these crazy hours, especially on the holidays too. It's kind of
I know. Yeah.
So nobody complains. Everyone's super happy to work, but it just ends up being a bit crazy some days. Some days it's a bit more streamlined. Some days it's just kind of all over the place until it gets done.
Chaotic.
So,
Exactly. It's all part of the blockchain fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Looking at your website, OOKI Vietnam has just opened up. So there's a community that's being built up in that. Now that's a pretty interesting group of people that you've selected there as well. Tell me about the efforts like this you're making to increase your community engagement right now.
Sure. Well, I mean, like we said earlier, like OOKI is for the community, so we're not like the approach we take is we're not trying to make anything feel forced or cringy in any way. Where it's like, hey, this is X and Z. We really just want people to take whatever they want from the community, and we just want to help them, not like force them to do anything or force them to a certain channel that's an official channel. So, we had all these people coming into our Telegram, and they wanted to, make a OOKI Russian channel, an OOKI Indonesia channel. So we're like, hey, go ahead.
Wow.
If you want us to make any graphics for you, help you out in any way, we can do it. It's the same thing. If you go on the OOKI website and you go on the OOKI brand assets, we're probably one of the only DAOs in crypto to give you so much. We're at the point where you can have every single mascot, you can download 3D models, you can download literally anything you want. So if you want to make your own OOKI space or OOKI Bulgaria community, you can do it pretty easily. And we're more than happy to post about it and help promote it and grow it. So yeah, I think it's a fun little effort. And eventually we got the OOKI website translated in Korean and Japanese, and we want to translate the app next and add more languages. But there's so much already on the pipeline that the DAO wants us to work on that it's kind of one step at a time. But it's really nice to see people picking up and taking matters in their own hand and kind of joining the community. And we're always more than happy to help support them in any way. And a lot of times I'm like, hey, I reach out to people. I'm like, hey, like, can I help in any way? Do you want a merch code? Like, would you like to maybe give away some things to your community? And a lot of times people just say no, and they're like, no, I just glad to help. So it's really nice to see. It's very positive,
That's amazing. That's a real commitment that you're seeing from the community. So that's really good. Let's get actually down and dirty with the technicality and and what OOKI actually offers, because it's so much more than a community token.
Yeah.
I love that it's decentralized. I love the functionalities that it offers. Can you just give us a quick elevator pitch on just a quick one saying this is what OOKI does? A lot of people, if you want some more details on that, there's obviously a link in the description and possibly around the screen as well, where I do go at length about what it does. But yeah, give us a quick download of what it does.
Sure. So before we became OOKI, the protocol had so many assets to it, like so many different facets to it, where it was like trading, staking, lending, borrowing. So now OOKI, I think the best description before I get into it is on the new landing site, which is hello.ooki.com. So it kind of gives you an overview of everything, but I'll give you my version, which is, on OOKI, you can basically trade in a fully decentralized manner. So that means, when you're trading, it's fully DeFi. You don't need to log in or anything. You could do it at one click. So you can trade on leverage in a super, super simple manner on the website. Limit orders are going to be coming on later in 2022. And then you can also stake your coins to earn a percentage of all the fees generated by the OOKI protocol. You can borrow, take loans, or you can lend out your crypto to earn more crypto. At a sum, OOKI is trading, lending, borrowing, staking, and much more coming, all fully DeFi, one click, very, very easy to use. As much as I can talk about it, I think it's best people just go on the site, click around, and have a little feel for it, and if you don't want to spend anything too much on playing around, I'd suggest people go on Polygon or BSC and just try it around for pennies before they get comfortable enough to make a bigger trade.
Fantastic. That's actually a great insight there. And so what really, really already excites me is definitely the leverage trading side, which does not require KYC. Because a lot of the platforms, well, every single platform that I know of, you can only trade leverage after doing KYC.
Yeah.
So that has all the tax and government implications, which sort of deviates from what cryptocurrency and blockchain technology is all about, which is that decentralization. So when I look at OOKI, that's already in place, which is amazing.
I agree with you fully. It's funny because one of the reasons I originally joined the DAO was because I felt the same way. I was watching a video from Chico Crypto probably over a year and a half, 2 years ago, and he really pushed me on to the benefits of decentralization. And when I saw everything that OOKI could offer, that's when I was like, wow, this is really powerful. And we only plan to get it better and better and better, from offering limit orders, like fully offering also stop losses, So it'll trade more and more like a traditional sex experience, but with all the benefits of a DEX. So yeah, that's like one of the most exciting features to me. And then, you know, also the other thing that I really like is how simple it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's always been like that, even from before when I joined. But you know, as of recent, we've only put more focus on making it even easier for people who are maybe not that used to it. You know, if I were to talk to my friends in real life, like a lot of the times, you know, many people, you know, I'm sure me and you know, we're obviously very familiar with DeFi world, but to a larger amount of people, a lot of people never left Binance, they never left Coinbase because they're like, how do I even add a token contract to Uniswap? How do I do this? How do I do that? So, you know, at OOKI, we wanted to be kind of the bridge between like that traditional sex experience and a DeFi experience, but nothing that scares the average person, you know, from you know, 18 to 80 years old, just making people comfortable with using DeFi products and making it easy enough to not get them scared, you know?
Exactly right. Exactly right. And you know what? Like, I can't believe the DEXs actually haven't gone into the CEX experience like the way OOKI has right now. I mean, to actually think that more and more pairs are actually going to be available on your platform, and permissionlessly so, that does show a lot of promise for me. Now, tell me a little bit more about the permissionless listings. How do they work?
Yeah, so permissionless listings is something also we're going to be pushing out in 2022, which is basically anybody will be able to go and add any token they'd like. You know, the exact mechanism to generating liquidity will be outlined later on, and you know, I don't want to speak on it fully because I'm not on the developer side. But yeah, basically the whole permissionless listing is that you can add any asset that the community wants and trade it. You know, it might be long only at first, but eventually we hope to offer long and short. So you can imagine maybe the latest Elon Musk crypto coin comes out, you know, Elon's boogers or something. I've seen some crazy and people want to leverage it, trade it. So they could just add it to OOKI and go ahead. You know, nobody needs any permissions, so it's permissionless. And they can go crazy with it, you know, and in adding it, you know, people will have to stake a certain amount of tokens, and then staking that token will give the liquidity, and then you'll get rewards for staking that token, and you'll create the pair along those lines. Yeah, so it's a technology that nobody has come out with yet. Don't quote me 100% on that. We hope to be the first movers on it. And I've seen maybe an iteration or two, but I don't think it was complete. So, you know, that's something we've had outlined in our plans for a while. And, you know, I know everybody from the community is super, super excited to see permissionless listings come. But
of course,
we're hoping to get the limit orders out prior to that, build up our liquidity a bit more, and hopefully put out that game-changing feature.
Absolutely. And this is where I see the incredible potential for OOKI as well, is that these centralized exchanges go through an enormous amount of effort. I mean, you've just gone through it right now with, you know, Binance and what have you. And the effort they put in is, I think, directly proportional to the number of traders that they have on the platform. So, you know, the more listings they have, the more people are going to come in. But to actually make it from OOKI side, a permissionless way of listing new token pairs, well, that's, I think, game over. And potentially, I think the market cap for this coin, and this is just only coming from me, is I think it has a potential to match some of the exchange tokens that are in existence right now from the centralized exchange side, and to actually see this coin to get that amazing size as well. And I think in that sense, people are quite early to OOKI as well. So it's one of the biggest things that excites me, along with, and we've just brushed over this just quietly, but the limit orders, man. Oh, the buy orders. I'm so looking forward to the buy orders coming in, because I feel like surely it's a simple code to put in. Even, you know, guys like Uniswap and SushiSwap can put it in, but they haven't. So it'll be definitely exciting to see OOKI make the first mover on that functionality for sure.
Yeah. So the thing with limit orders is, again, I'm not on the dev side, but you know, I have a decent understanding of how these things work. So in the decentralized manner of doing limit orders, basically, I don't think anyone has pulled it off in a fully decentralized way. I know DYDX has their own order book, and you know, it's not like pulling from Uniswap or SushiSwap or anything like that. So it works slightly different in the way that we would be doing it. So ours aims to be fully decentralized, where it is pulling the liquidity from there. And for the limit orders as well, that would come with the stop losses at the same time. So, for me too, I'm really, really excited to get that going because if you can imagine, right, like maybe a smaller trader wouldn't have the ability to do a larger position on Ethereum because of the expensive gas fees. But once you get limit orders going on something like Polygon, Arbitrum, or Optimism, and you have that fully DEX order book going, and then the limit orders as well. I mean, that's just so powerful, right? Being able to open up a long or short with one click, or maybe two, one or two clicks, and just for like $1 or $2. That's for me is really, really powerful. So
amazing.
That's like one of the things I'm looking forward most to, because it'll just make OOKI such a unique and kind of powerful application.
I definitely look forward to that. And I think that's something that's going to bring the masses in to this DeFi space. It looks nothing like every other DeFi. And in that sense, it's refreshing and it's very easy to use. You guys clearly have spent a lot of money on the UI UX designers. That's clear.
Oh, thank you. Well, actually, it's mostly in-house. I'm the one who kind of oversees, I guess, the creative side of OOKI. So I'm happy to do that. But yeah, it's been over a year in the making, so that's why I think it feels pretty polished. And it's funny because we've have so many more features, kind of like ideas that we've had in the back burner, but we haven't rolled them out yet. So what you see is like the first version, so
wow.
It makes us really happy to hear that kind of feedback. And we were really happy when people are like, wow, it doesn't look like anything else. And I think in crypto, just kind of personally speaking here, you get one or two things. You get kind of like this, like, oh, it's so cyberpunky, feeling.
Yeah.
I think is a bit played out personally, like just on a design perspective, because then you have everything kind of looking like with these Blade Runner 80s kind of neon-y graphics.
Yep.
Cool, but you want it to have a bit more of a unique identity. So I think like having something a bit more colorful and playful while maintaining all the professional features and UI UX that you would want from a DeFi app was kind of our goal. So I'm super happy with how everything looks and turned out, because we didn't want to turn off a professional trader from using the platform, but at the same time, we didn't want to confuse a newbie. So we were just trying to strike that balance visually and with user interactions on the website. So it was a lot of trial and effort to get it to a point where we're like, okay, we're happy. We gave it to beta testers. We got good feedback. We went back and forth, and we've been doing things that way.
It is a very, very clean interface, and it's something it's kind of like this follow the bouncing ball kind of approach. So you can sort of see what's happening, and it's actually pretty intuitive. You'll be able to do it even without watching any tutorial on it, and that's what I like about OOKI.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, like goes without saying. So moving forward, what are some really crazy updates coming? Any exchange listings? What's actually happening for OOKI next?
Well, we don't coordinate with exchanges for whether they want to list us or not. We only help them like get the technicals for contracts and stuff like that. So we don't directly talk to listings unless they ask us for technicals. Oh yeah, so KuCoin and Gate.io. So they recently opened for deposits, withdrawals, and trading of OOKI, which is nice to see. And hopefully you'll be able to margin trade as well on those platforms whenever they decide to open up, if they haven't already. So that's coming up on the, already happened on the kind of centralized exchange side, which is cool. Other than that, in our kind of community goals that we want to see, basically the first thing we want to get up and going is staking for OOKI. There's a couple more changes that need to be done on the dev side, and then you'll be able to stake your OOKI tokens. We want to get some changes going to the borrowing and lending, so it's a bit more reflexive and the rates adjust faster, which should bring in more liquidity. And then also we want to we're looking at doing a proposal on bribing CRVX to get a bit more liquidity going on that side, and then everything else that we kind of discussed earlier, limit orders, permissionless listings, and then we want to kind of go more into social trading and giving the OOKI NFTs some use cases, that work within the application, which is going to be exciting. And we had a couple of things planned out there, but there's so much to do already. So we're going to get to it. Hopefully too, get the social trading linked in with maybe some kind of referral or points feature of the sort that we kind of just been discussing with the community.
Wow, I'd say you're doing everything right. From onlooker's perspective, yeah, everything just seems to fall in place. These dominoes are set to fall just in the right places. So that's really exciting, both for me and for you as part of the team. And yeah, I wish much success for Ooki, I guess. And I'll definitely be keeping our followers updated with Ooki and where it's heading, and you know, its delivery on the many promises that's been made.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate the support, obviously, and you know, we'd love to see you in the community chats and getting involved. You know, like I said, you know, ultimately what the community wants the DAO to focus on next is what the DAO will be working on. So, you know, OOKI is for the community and by the community.
Absolutely awesome. I thought I heard some politicians say that at some point. So that's definitely a good quote to live by for sure. All right, there you have it, guys. What an exciting team they really are. I am so sold on their project. It is such a good project, and I love where it's heading towards, only because I actually live and breathe crypto every day and actually trade, I actually buy stuff. So this is going to streamline a lot of that process and really take you out of the centralized exchange, KYC, all that rubbish, right? So we're actually going decentralized with this platform, which is what I'm super excited about. And there you have it, guys. We are up some crazy high percentage since I have made the video about 2 weeks ago. So I hope you guys enjoyed those massive gains. And of course, if you haven't done so, make sure you go check out my NFT, drna.club is where you can go mint it right now. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't done so, like, share, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and send it to somebody you love. That's what share means, okay? So get on with that. And I'll keep you further updated I'll keep you further updated with Ooki as the days and the years come by, because I feel like these guys are going to be around forever. That being said, I'll see you in the next video. Peace!